Hey guys, Risque here, and welcome to my blind playthrough of, obviously, the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. So if you're new here, welcome. I've played every other Sherlock game, console Sherlock game that the Frogwares developers made. So I played Chapter 1, The Awakened, Crimes and Punishments, and Devil's Daughter. Did all of those blind, so, go check those out if you are so inclined. And yeah, so this is, ironically, it's the last one we're playing. It was the first one to ever come out, I think? No, because they've been doing, PC games since, the 2000s. But out of, the newer, console games, I think this was the first. This came out before Crimes and Punishments, is what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ. This is going to be rough. Okay, let's look at our options here. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So this is on? Yes. Oh. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, I'm with it now. I'm with it. Oh, normal or hard? We don't get an easy. Okay, normal is fine. Normal is great. I haven't even smoked yet. Jesus Christ. I guess let's jump on in. Shall we? New game. I'm excited. Bottoms up.
Yeehaw! Ow. La la la. Ow! Ah! What's this? No. Bow bow. Boop boop. La la la.
These character models are terrifying, by the way.
Ooh. Oh, look! It's a book! Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map. No, I don't think so. I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle. And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898, when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
Ah, you see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course? In the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running, but the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door using the sole key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
In order to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Okay. You control Sherlock Holmes. Oh. Okay. Very clunky controls. The broken showcase and press X.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
You always interact with X. After a clue is examined, the icon will turn green. Please move Sherlock Holmes near the left window. You see 2 clue icons simultaneously. This left window? Ah. Both clues now. To enter examination mode with multi-zone, press X. Gotcha.
A mark, undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
Okay. Whoop.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Go to the chimney. You'll see the hand icon on the magnifying glass. Take it by pressing X. Always examine or activate any of your items in inventory by pressing triangle. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. The legacy. I must compliment you exceedingly upon the zeal and the intelligence which you have shown. Huh? Okay. Near the piano, some music scores are on the floor. You can activate an item by selecting it in your inventory or directly in the game by L1, R1. Just magnifying glass on the scores near the piano.
I need something.
Oh. Gotcha.
Let us examine the crumpled scores that have fallen off the piano.
Okay, this is interesting. Look for clues. Okay, what... Ooh, ooh. That might be a clue. It looks like a handprint.
These sooty prints were left by a tiny hand.
I don't understand why these music scores are covered with soot.
I don't fucking know. Switch to first person or change camera view, press square. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Whew, this is a lot. To make a character move faster, press and hold R2. Okay. Pressing L2, you activate Sherlock Holmes' sixth sense. It will show you a hint not discovered yet. Oh. You can now search for clues in the room. Gotcha.
Not very well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating on the surface.
Okay.
A candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier.
Sure.
These documents are not very interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of Maritime Affairs.
The Marquis himself.
Okay. What is this?
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
It
As
does,
the theft
doesn't
was
it?
committed at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room.
Sherlock, you might be right.
Strange. There aren't any prints. yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
Yeah, well, maybe he didn't wear shoes. I don't fucking know. What do you have to say?
What do you think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might throw some light onto all this.
Okay. Well, I'll give it one more sweep around. Oh, I'm missing all kinds of stuff.
Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to examine them.
No, I
There's
get
no
on my
need.
knees for other
It
things.
is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire. Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why
Yikes.
didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
Probably because he was more focused on getting the fuck out of here.
Strange. There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
Well, if he tripped over the stool, then, you know, his hands might have been flailing. I don't think that's crazy.
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started.
It's possible.
The chest wasn't opened. The necklace wasn't in it.
Okay.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Why did I have to trigger that 3 times? Is that everything? I'm not seeing... Okay, I guess that's it.
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Hey girl, you got a titty out.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, you're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small and remarkably agile.
You're thinking of a monkey?
And a trained monkey at that, without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America. The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained. The monkey emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle. Finally, the servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson. A poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now. Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration does credit to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box and...
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
There, the necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Ah, very well, as you wish. A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
And that's how it's done. I'm just a genius. Yeah, sorry if you saw me panicking. I accidentally knocked over everything on my end table. It was chaos.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
If you insist.
Okay, I can do that. Globe Explorer. Sherlock Holmes at the home of Marquis of Coingham? Okay. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquis of Conyngham to supply his conclusions following his investigation into the disappearance of the priceless Samoan necklace. It should be recalled that the lady called in the detective after the police appeared flummoxed in the face of the astonishing circumstances surrounding the theft. Okay. Elementary. Seems you share my love of all that is bizarre. You recovered the Samoan necklace. Well done.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that, Rag?
Oh. Slander. Necklace. Okay.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Not Mr.
Perhaps
Hudson,
you are
Mrs.
right,
Hudson
Holmes.
catching strays. What does she do? Damn.
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. And the Marchioness?
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
What a lovely marriage. Holmes, forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewellery?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector.
Be my guest.
Very well.
Oh, for God's sake. What is your problem, Watson? Okay, I guess. There we go. Good God. That's gonna take some getting used to. Find out if the necklace is authentic or not. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ. What's with these?
These 3 pearls are of poor quality.
What's with this?
This pearl is a different color.
Oh!
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
You're
Yes,
terrible at your
how
job.
is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
You're
I
terrible
have
at your
absolutely
job.
no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector. You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
Control Dr. Watson. Oh, shit.
Holmes's homemade analyzer.
Okay.
The work table, where Holmes analyzes things.
Sure. Sure.
I have found your map.
Oh, okay. Nice. I kind of want to continue looking around.
Hospitals and dispensaries in London.
Oh, I can always go for a
General
dispensary.
practitioner. That won't be of any use to me.
Well, I don't know.
Female anatomy. I should put this book somewhere else.
John. If I check that book later and those pages are sticking together, we're gonna have words.
The harpoon that was used to kill Black Peter. A horrible murder.
I remember that one. If y'all want to check out the Crimes and Punishment playthrough, you can check that out and watch that one. So, this came out before Crimes and Punishment, clearly. But it takes place after. Good to know. Because, yeah, I guess, was that in, like, 88? 80...
Here is where
I think it was
write
also
my
in the late
stories
80s.
about Holmes's cases. And I've got work to do.
Well, then you probably shouldn't accompany him to this one, but then we wouldn't have a plot. Can't take Sherlock without his boyfriend.
And this is how my dear friend and colleague treats his clients' letters.
Hey, I would be honored for him to stab my letter like that. Snooping around Sherlock's room. Don't mind me. Be sure to check the table, make sure y'all have condoms for tonight.
This bust was used to fool Colonel Moran during the case of the empty house.
I don't know if I'd want to use a condom from the 1800s. The Holmesian. What does that mean? Hold on, how do I... Okay, nope. Our options. Triangle, there we go. I was sure that I might rely on you. You found all the items from my past adventures. So, I'm guessing this takes place between Crimes and Punishment and Devil's Daughter. I'm guessing? Because I can't remember what year Devil's Daughter took place in. Actually, on that note, we're going to go ahead and I can't talk, I'm high, and end this episode here, and we will pick this up in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share this with your friends, hit the bell so you don't miss an upload. I'm forgetting my own outro. Oh my god, I'm really excited to start playing this game. I hope you guys are excited to join me on our last Sherlock game. It's kind of sad. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.